Welcome to Sunny T's channel. I am Sunny. Today's video is talking about friendship. I was thinking to myself today, do I have any friends that don't have the same color skin as I do? And I don't. Do I know people who are of a different skin complexion? Yes, but do I kiki on the phone with them? Do I, hang out with them? I don't. And I was trying to figure out what is that about. Growing up in the city or town that I grew up in, racism was definitely alive and well, and I was always conscious of who I was and who I was dealing with. But I should not have let those people leave a bad taste in my mouth, because I know so many people who don't look like me who are wonderful people. So I made this video because I wanted to start a dialogue with you. But in my community, black people were on this side of town and white people were on the other side of town. In school, of course, it was different because there were white kids in my school, but they didn't live in my neighborhood. I played basketball, and so the team was very diverse. And I met some great people while playing ball. Some of us still interact. Some of us are Facebook friends. I carried on a friendship into my adulthood from a white girl who was from my basketball team. Ended interestingly. Ended with her telling me something to the effect of, "You all look alike." It was kind of weird, and she said it out of anger and being sarcastic, and and I was like, wow, this is a person I had known since I was in high school. And then before her, something similar happened with another white chick who did the same thing, and I was like, so I said, you know what, let's not do that anymore. So I have a whole different perspective now, raising a little black boy, and so that kind of made my expectations different. As a white person who was going to be in my life, they would have to fully understand, or at least want to understand, the dynamic of how this thing is set up. I think that kind of answers it in a way where I just kind of let those people dictate to me how I want to run my friendships. But now that I'm over that, my heart is healed. I think I'm now ready to pursue friends that may not look like me. And so I made this video because I want to know, like, do you have friends that don't look like you? Do you have friends, and how does that work out? Or do you have to be the black liaison because you're the only black friend they have? And I don't want to be that, token black friend for anyone. I don't want to be the person who has to speak on black issues. I do know that in order for me to have a friendship, they will have to be aware of what's going on and be willing to be compassionate towards those issues, knowing that some of this stuff just doesn't add up, right? And so I have come to the conclusion where I am open to cultivating friendships with people who are not black, but only they are aware of their privilege, that they are aware that some of the stuff that's going on just is not right. If you have to ask yourself, why did Eric Garner, why didn't he just do what they say? If you agree with the Trayvon Martin verdict, if you don't understand why black men run from the police, if you are questioning a man walking around with a gun with a permit being shot down, you don't want to be my friend. I don't want you to be my friend. But if you are a person who gets it, and you understand that some of that the things that have been happening over our lifetime is just unfair, then great, let's talk. Um, if you walking around here still saying color and still saying the N word in secret dark places, no, that no. If you are a person who is in conversation with people who look like you and they have derogatory things to say about other races and you don't say anything to say, wait, that's not fair, that's not right, let's not do that, I don't want you to be my friend. But for the people who look at us as people, you can be my friend. Let's be friends. um, so that's my short video. I just wanted to get on here and just talk about it because these are things that are happening that are in my head that up until this point I've been nervous to talk about. But now that I'm getting older and I'm getting more brave and bold, there are things that I really want to talk about because in order for us to move forward as a nation, we have to uncover some of these things that we've buried. To my white viewers, do you have friends that don't look like you? Because I think it's happening on both sides. It's just that we're not talking about it. Like, we have co-workers who may not look like us, we talk to, have coffee with, and break time. But when we go home, it's a whole different world. And we need to learn how to merge those worlds so that maybe it can stop some of this division and stop some of the violence and the misconceptions and the stereotypes and things like that. Because we have, black people have stereotypes towards other races, and I'm sure other races have stereotypes towards us, but stereotype is just what it is. You have not experienced that race, so you don't know. You're just going off of what someone told you or what the media is showing you. If I were a white person watching the news all the time and all I saw was black men posted up as wanted or breaking in or shooting or whatever, gang related, I would have a certain idea of who I'm dealing with when I see a black male. I get it. But at the same time, have you experienced that for yourself? And that's a question I have to ask myself. Is that real? How real is it really? And so I have to learn to not engage with people based on what I've heard and what I've been told, but to engage with people based on my own experiences. I will say that because of those experiences, it's kind of deterred me from befriending people that don't look like me. I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be a person who it has a diverse group of people in my personal life so that I can, learn about their culture and, interact with them just on a human to human basis. That's where I am with that today. So if you have an opinion about it, you have an experience about it that you want to share, please comment on it below. I just want to talk about it. I mean, I'm figuring it all out. I haven't, I don't know, but I do know that things have to change, and it starts with me. I'm reminded of the song Man in the Mirror, because it tells you the change starts with you. It starts with me. And so until I change how I see it, until I change how I view it, how I think about it, it's not going to change. I want to look at people for who they are, not what their skin looks like. And I want the same thing in return, starting with myself, with changing how I view the world. Because I have a son to raise, and I can't teach him those same things that was taught to me, because it doesn't bring unity. I do understand why I was taught those things, because where I was, it was not safe to not know that you're black and they're white. It was safer to walk that line of, okay, you're black, you're white, let's make sure we all remember. But we need to get out of that whole that whole thing, because at the end of the day, we're all human. And we all come from the same place, which is Africa, according to the people who, write history. So if we're all from Africa, then we're all Africans. Let's just forget about it. Africans migrated, right, into other parts of the country, and then they were Poland, and then they were Italian, and then they were Chinese, and then they were, you get it, they were Hawaiian. So we all come from the same place. Let's just be human for a change, and let's love each other, and let's embrace one another. Let's treat each other with kindness and love. And I'm not trying to act like I got it all together. Trust me, I don't. That's why I'm doing this video. But the goal for me is to be in a space where we are all human, and I can see it that way, opposed to, saying that this person is white, and then in my mind that means something, or this person is Hispanic, and in my mind that means something. Is when I have an idea already of who you are, then I'm not learning about who you are. I'm stereotyping you, and so I don't want to be in that space anymore. And the more comfortable I get with myself, the more race, honestly, is really not a deterrent for me. And so I just wanted to voice my thoughts about it and get it out there, see what you guys are thinking about it. And let's when we're in our private spaces and things are getting a little negative around race, this is the time to say no, not here. So that's my take. I just wanted to voice my experience about that and see what your thoughts are about it as well, because I know that we are elevating, we are doing things differently these days. I want to be a part of the movement. One of the ways to be a part of the movement is to talk about it and resolve some of these issues. This video was I was very nervous making this video because I do have, I do know white people. I just don't, I can't call up any of them and say, hey, what you doing today? What's going on? Let's hang out. And I don't have those kind of white people in my life. When I see them, the ones that I do know, it's all good. It's not a big deal. But at the same time, I don't have anyone that I hang out with, and so I really want to change that part of my existence. So that's my video. Like, subscribe, share. If you have any thoughts about it, if you have any experiences that you want to share, please share them. I would love to hear them. Peace.